Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Mikel Arteta has shed light on the absences of several key Arsenal players following their hard-fought 2-1 FA Cup victory over Mansfield Town. The Gunners' boss explained that Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice, and Martin Zubimendi were left out as a precautionary measure, owing to niggling issues they've been carrying amid a punishing run of fixtures. "They had issues and they've been carrying issues," Arteta remarked. "The amount of games that we are playing is obviously super demanding, and it was the only time to try to make sure we can clean those issues to start the next sequence of 2 weeks before the break in the best possible way." This load management approach allowed the trio to rest, with Arteta emphasizing the need to prioritize recovery ahead of a crucial stretch in the campaign. The win at Field Mill, however, came with fresh concerns after Leandro Trossard and Ricardo Calafiori both hobbled off during the tie. Trossard was substituted in the first half, while Calafiori pulled up with what appeared to be a hamstring problem. Arteta played down the severity, describing them as little niggles exacerbated by the challenging pitch and conditions, forcing early changes to avoid further aggravation. Meanwhile, ongoing absences persist for William Saliba, ankle, Martin Odegaard, and Ben White, though the understudy's efforts in a heavily rotated side, including 9 changes and a switch to a back 3, have kept Arsenal's quadruple hopes alive, albeit with the medical team now facing mounting headaches. Liam Rosenior speaks out: Arsenal survive Mansfield scare as Eze's stunner keeps quadruple dream alive. Arsenal managed to scrape through to the FA Cup quarter-finals after a proper scrap against Mansfield Town, edging it 2-1 in a proper cup tie on March 7, 2026. The victory keeps the dream of a quadruple very much alive for the Gunners, even if it was far from straightforward against the League One outfit. Eberechi Eze grabbed the headlines with the winner, whilst the tie was played out on a tricky pitch with the home fans giving it some serious noise. The match at Field Mill was a right roller coaster, with Arsenal making wholesale changes, 9 in total, to the starting 11. Despite that, Mikel Arteta's side showed real bottle to come from behind after going a goal down, proving they've got the mentality to grind out results when it matters. It marked the first time in over 4.5 years that they've lined up in a back 3, a tweak forced by the injury list and the need to manage minutes carefully. Over in the Premier League, Arsenal sit pretty at the top of the table on 67 points from 30 games, a solid 7-point cushion over Manchester City. Their latest league win came against Brighton, a tidy 1-0 courtesy of Bukayo Saka's strike in his 300th appearance for the club. The Gunners have become the first side this season to hit the 100-goal mark in the league, with no fewer than 19 different scorers chipping in quite the spread across the squad. Injury woes remain a big talking point, with the likes of William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, Ben White, Declan Rice, Gabriel, and Martin Zubimendi all sidelined or rested. Arteta's been banging on about load management to steer clear of any more knocks, especially with a packed fixture list across competitions. A few lads picked up little niggles after the cup tie, but nothing too drastic, thankfully. Manager Thomas Tuchel praised Eberechi Eze's winning goal as a brilliant moment that saved the team from an embarrassing defeat. Eze showed his class with a calm finish in the dying minutes, while Noni Madueke's contribution to the first goal was crucial even though we struggled to get on top at times, Tuchel said after the match. He added that Arsenal nearly lost because they underestimated the opposition and had to deal with a difficult pitch, but it was a valuable lesson in staying alert. The youngsters stole a fair bit of the spotlight too. Max Dowman at just 16 and Marli Salmon both got minutes and impressed no end. Kepa Arrizabalaga was full of praise, calling them special kids ready to step up properly. It speaks volumes about the depth in the squad when they can cope without the big names. Talk of the quadruple is doing the rounds big time in the papers and on the box, with supercomputer predictions, Rio Ferdinand's take, and Ian Wright fretting about late-game nerves. There's even the tongue-in-cheek, boring Arsenal tag doing the rounds because of how relentlessly they've dominated. Transfer gossip hasn't gone away either. Strong links to Newcastle's Anthony Gordon for around £55 million, maybe even a swap deal involving Gabriel Martinelli. Whispers of potential summer sales of first-teamers like Odegaard or Martinelli are floating about, but right now everyone's eyes are firmly on the pitch rather than the market. All in all, this hard-fought win has cranked up the buzz around Arsenal across the country. Sitting top of the league and still in the cup, the Gunners are bang in the mix for a memorable season, though the injury bugs and tough run-ins mean they'll have to keep their wits about them. Arsenal scraped through Mansfield scare as Eze's rocket keeps quadruple hopes burning. Arsenal just about scraped into the FA Cup quarter-finals after a right proper cup tie against Mansfield Town, nicking a 2-1 win on March 7, 2026 that had plenty of us biting our nails. The victory keeps the quadruple dream flickering for the Gunners, though it was anything but a stroll against a spirited League One side who gave as good as they got. Eberechi Eze grabbed the headlines with a stunner from the edge of the box, whilst Noni Madueke's curler had put them ahead earlier on a tricky pitch where the home fans turned the volume right up. The clash at Field Mill was an absolute roller coaster, with Mikel Arteta ringing the changes, 9 in total to the starting lineup, including a couple of proper history makers in the form of 16-year-olds Max Dowman and Marli Salmon. Despite the heavy rotation, the side showed some real bottle to come from behind after Mansfield leveled through Will Evans, proving they've got the mentality for these gritty nights. It was the first time in over 4.5 years they'd gone with a back three, a tweak forced by the lengthy injury list and the need to juggle minutes sensibly. In the Premier League, Arsenal are sitting pretty at the summit with 67 points from 30 matches, holding a decent 7-point lead over Manchester City. Their most recent league outing was a tidy 1-0 over Brighton, thanks to Bukayo Saka's goal in his 300th appearance for the club. The Gunners have smashed a milestone too, becoming the first team this season to rack up 100 league goals, spread across no fewer than 19 different scorers. Proper depth across the squad. Injury concerns are still doing the rounds, mind you, with big names like William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, Ben White, Declan Rice, Gabriel, and Martin Zubimendi all out or rested. Arteta's been harping on about load management to dodge any more knocks, particularly with the fixture pile-up across all fronts. A few of the lads picked up minor niggles post-cup tie, but fingers crossed nothing too serious. Mikel Arteta hailed Eberechi Eze's winner as a brilliant moment that bailed the team out. Eze showed his class with a calm finish in the dying minutes, whilst Noni Madueke's contribution to the first goal was crucial even though we struggled to get on top at times, Arteta said after the match. He added that Arsenal nearly came a cropper by underestimating the opposition and dealing with the ropey pitch, but it's all good learning for staying switched on. The youngsters nicked a fair chunk of the spotlight. Max Dowman at just 16 was an absolute standout, dazzling with his dribbles and leaving some senior pros looking a bit red-faced, whilst Marli Salmon had a mixed bag on his full debut, showing bravery but getting caught out for the equalizer. Kepa Arrizabalaga was buzzing about them, calling the pair special kids, ready to step up big time. It says a lot about the squad depth when they can hold their own without the usual big guns. Chatter about the quadruple is absolutely everywhere in the papers and on the telly, with supercomputer forecasts, Rio Ferdinand chipping in, and Ian Wright worrying about those late-game jitters. There's even that tongue-in-cheek, boring Arsenal label doing the rounds again because of how they've just kept grinding out results relentlessly. Transfer whispers are still bubbling away too, strong talk linking them to Newcastle's Anthony Gordon for about £55 million, possibly even a swap involving Gabriel Martinelli. Rumors of potential summer exits for first-teamers like Odegaard or Martinelli are knocking about, but right now all eyes are glued to what's happening on the pitch, not the summer window. All told, this hard-earned victory has properly cranked up the excitement around Arsenal up and down the country. Top of the league and still alive in the cup, the Gunners are bang in contention for a season to remember, though the injury gremlins and some stern tests ahead mean they'll have to stay sharp as tacks. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!